Okay, so today I'm going to show my snatch. It consists of upper body and lower body muscle groups. It's basically combined with a deadlift and upright row, and you're finishing in an overhead squat position. It's a great way to develop power for athletes or just overall stability if you're interested in that. So how you're going to perform it is like this. Start off with your hands wider apart, right about here. That's what you're going to do. You're going to start in that position. First part will be to bring it up to your hip. Second part will be to bring it up to your hip. To catch it at a partial upright row. And then once you have this catch it in this position, squat. Stand up until it's like this.
Alright, so now I'm going to take my client through the snatch and steps. First, I'm telling him to put his hands wider than shoulder width apart. And then I'm going to have him pick up the bar as like a regular deadlift. Next, I'm going to tell him to jump up with the weight and shrug it at the same time. And I'm basically going to have him repeat those movements until he feels comfortable with it, which it seems like he is. And then I'm going to prepare him for the catch, so I'm instructing him to catch it at about chest height and land with it, and land with his knees bent. And he's just basically trying to pull the bar towards him, which we definitely do not want. So here I'm instructing him to basically keep the bar in front of his chest, but not towards his chest, if that makes sense. And here he basically tries to pull the entire weight to his waist, which wouldn't be ideal to perform a snatch. He's looking a bit better here. Notice that his legs are wobbly. Basically, I just tell him to keep his legs stable. And from here, I'm going to see if he can keep the bar above his head without any complications. It looks like he can. So now I'm instructing him to go from chest height to the catching position for snatch. And here I'm telling him to keep the bar in line with his trapezius, so that way the bar doesn't put too much weight on his shoulders. And I'm also telling him to keep his elbows externally rotated. So I tell him to do that, and I notice that his left hand, or left arm, I'm sorry, is wobbling. So I have him repeat it again. Same issue, sort of. So here I have him place the bar down, and I feel like his hand placement was the issue, so I have him put his hands outside of those rings on the barbell to see if that may help with it. And I'm going to have him attempt this again, but with the new hand placement. And he's looking a lot more powerful with it. He's able to keep it stable. Have him repeat it. It does look a lot better than before. So now I'm going to have him go through the entire snatch in one whole movement. And he's lacking stability in his lower body. So what I'm telling him now is, again, to keep that bar in line with his trapezius, his elbows externally rotated, and to land with his feet wider apart. What I noticed is that he was trying to have the same foot placement from the start to the finish of the lift. So I'm going to tell him to treat it like a jump. When you jump, your feet are going to be much wider than they were when you initiated the jump. So here I'm going to tell him to treat it like the same way. Your feet should come out wider when you land than you did when you started the snatch, and that should correct it. So now he's going to get it again, try it again. Very good. He does look a lot better. I'm going to have him try the snatch multiple times just to get comfortable with the motion. Here I noticed that his left elbow bent, so I'm reminding him to keep his arms locked out and externally rotated. And he's going to try it for the last time, I believe. And he does look a lot better. And we're going to take a break. And here I'm going to have the client perform the snatch again with some weight on there. And his mechanics seem to be in order, and it looks great from what I'm looking at. I'm going to have him try it again just to make sure. Perfect.